boot camps. We're getting right into it. So I'm going to say about my personal experience with boot camps and those around me that have done boot camps. And then, yeah, just use that as a baseline to whether you want to do it or not. Me personally, I don't recommend doing boot camps. I don't. Uh, unless it meets your standards. Do your own research, first and foremost. But when it comes to boot camps, most boot camps out there are predatorial. They want your money, trying to dig in your pockets. But what they're offering is a fast-paced education at especially if they guaranteeing you a job after 3 months, 6 months. They're like, I finished boot camp, you get a job within 6 months, 30 days, whatever, how many ever days. Take this tech boot camp, get an IT, take this tech boot camp, get into cybersecurity. A lot of that stuff is fast. There's actually good boot camps out there, but they're far few in between. And even if there are good ones out there, they're still behind a big paywall, so you don't know what you're really getting. Because they'll show you on their website all their success stories, or even they'll have fake success stories and fake reviews, and it's a lot to decipher between. But there's criteria that you can search for to see if people are actually successful. So one of the main thing to figure out if a boot camp is actually successful or whether or not is actually they'll have like pretty much alumni of people that have graduated from boot camp and show what they're doing. So search those people up on LinkedIn, reach out to them and talk to them, right? Reach out to people that are actually currently in the program. So most people will have this boot camp on on their LinkedIn. So you can search up people, you can search for that, keyword, key phrases. So research is pretty simple, but essentially go find these people that are currently in it and that have taken it and for the ones look for the people that have made it and that haven't made it, do your own research, but I'm just giving you a baseline to go off of. Other than that, I don't recommend it. I'm still at the end of the day, I'm all about self-study, self-study, self-study. Do I like to do my own self-study, and it's easier for me. I go at my own pace. I'm not rushed. I get to practice at home. I'm not coughing up a crap ton of money. I just do my initial investment, and I might spend $100 here, $50 here, $10 there, $13. So I never really have to spend more than really $100 unless I'm paying for like that's just for the education. If I pay for like certification out of pocket, then yes, I'll be coughing up somewhere around $400 or $500, $200, a couple $100 for if I'm taking an exam. But other than that, when it comes to studying and getting the extra skills that I need to meet certain criteria for whatever job or role I'm going for, I self-study at home. With boot camp, they have a format to where you're paying essentially to go to like a little mini college, right? It's for however long it is, whether it be 6 months. I never really seen a boot camp go for like a whole year, which I would tend to be more optimistic if a boot camp lasted a whole year, which most of them don't. Because how much can you really learn in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 90 days, 3 months? How much can you learn in 6 months? How much can you learn in 8 months? Realistically, if you really want to learn something, I would at least take a year to learn, especially if you're coming off as a newbie, or might have an accelerated program, right? The key thing is to build up skills. Well, can I say you got the skills, but it still doesn't guarantee you a job. That's where the problem lies with boot camp, right? Cough up all this money. Does their program primarily focus on afterwards? Are there is that their main job is to get you a job? See, that's where you got to really think. Is their main job to get you a job? Or is their main job just to get you some skills and then say, hey, the job part's on your own? That's where a lot of boot camp fall short. That's where to fall short because you don't know nothing about the space. You're just learning about the skills, but you're not in it. You're not actually working in the field. You're trying to get the skills to be able to work in the field. Because you know how that double negative, well, you need experience in order to get this job, you need experience already in this field. But if you don't have any experience, so you're going through that conundrum of like, okay, well, I need experience to get in, but if I don't have any experience, well, how the hell do I get in? So which technically you really don't need experience to get in. Most companies will train you up. Well, not most. I can't say most. You just got to find the right company that will train you up. Everybody's situations, everybody's story is going to be different. But the biggest thing is look at each boot camp at your own discretion. Don't be so quick to hop on it. If it's offering fast results, fast money, fast whatever, always leads to slow, lingering, painful problems. Right? You sign up for this boot camp, put $5,000 in, did 6 months, did everything to the T. Afterwards, you plan, networking, whatever happened, no job. Hey, I take all the boot camp. They guarantee me a job. They're selling you the skills. They're not selling you the job opportunities. Right? That's what I mean by look for boot camps that are actually trying to work with you. There are boot camps out there that I know of that will work with you after, let's say, after you pass the boot camp, they will work with you after the fact to help you find a job, right? And there's even technical, I would call them like IT colleges. You can also look those up too, to where you only spend like what, $10,000 or $15,000, and you go like the curriculum is like a year's worth of curriculum. You're doing projects and everything like that. When I was first looking at getting IT, I was going to get into that. Really didn't know much about schooling at that time, but I found one. Me and mom had sat down and went over how this all would play out. And then after you do the curriculum, then they work with you after you learn all the curriculum to work on getting a job. So they're going to put the projects and the skills and certifications they have you take, and they're going to actually work with you to help you get into the field, which is pretty cool. But it's 10,000, 15,000, or sometimes even $20,000. But that's cheaper than most degrees nowadays, because most degrees cost you, I don't know what degrees cost nowadays. All I've been here is like 50K, 60K, 100K, depending on the degree you're getting, right? And then plus whatever other expenses you got on top of that going to college. So, like I said, it's only at your own discretion. The biggest thing is overall how I feel about boot camps. No, most of them are predatory out there. There are good ones, but other than that, just self study, right? Quit being lazy, self study. Like you can do the work yourself. Honestly, everybody's not capable of self studying, so I can't just be like, oh, just self study. So it's never that simple for everybody. For me, it's what works best for me. But if you need some guidance or really need somebody to hold your hand, find somebody on LinkedIn. See if they will mentor you. Mind you, don't just ask me, hey, can you teach me everything you know? Like, hey, ask questions. Mentorships, people want to help. Like for me, I would like to help people, right? I want to help people. So anytime somebody says my DMs on LinkedIn and be like, hey, what's this? So I'll mentor them a little bit. I'm not like a lifelong mentor. Like, hey, I'll coach you unless I feel like I have one friend of mine that I am mentoring up personally. But the biggest thing is slide in people's DMs and ask them questions. Hey, how'd you get this many jobs? Or how did you learn how to negotiate? Or hey, how'd you get these skills for this or that? And so that's the best way to go about it. And for me, I'll tell you prime example, my current dilemma, right? So I'm trying to move up within my field. I need to get more experience in CyberArk. CyberArk is not something cheap, expensive. I mean, it's not something cheap. It's pretty expensive to get, really get trained up on it, get certified. It's typically people get trained up through a company. So I'm going to be reaching out to different people on LinkedIn and ask about how they got their CyberArk experience, because I'm trying to figure out what's the best way about to get the CyberArk experience. Because if I really want to pay for like personal training, it's going to cost a couple $1,000s, which I'm trying to get the most out of my education without giving up the most amount of money. So we're, trying to be educated on a budget. So 'cause people be like, quick, or if it's that high of a price, just go ahead and pay it. I'm like, you might not be getting your full bang for your buck. You can research and all like, you can research it and just look at different stuff. Other than that, the main thing is you don't need to. I don't believe in spending thousands of dollars on education unless it's in return it's going to be making you a crap ton of money. So I'm okay with spending a couple hundred up to $1,000, but anything more than that, I'm trying to have a company pay for it, honestly. So if you are at a current job and you are trying to get more experience or trying to get certified in certain things, have your company pay for it. Simple as that. But overall, my message is don't do boot camps, self study. And if you're going to do boot camp, find something that's affordable within your price range. Don't overpay for it. Do what works best for you. Everybody experience situation is going to be different, right? Remember, most of these boot camps out there are predatory. They will come for your pockets. They will tell you everything you want to hear. It's like a multi-level marketing scheme, right? So do it at your own discretion. All right, I'm out. Peace.